By now, most of India and even the younger generation knows that on this day, 16 December, in 1971, India secured one of its greatest military victories in history. It defeated Pakistan in what was then East Pakistan and got nearly 93,000 officers and men of Pakistani army to surrender. If you look back at that 13-day war, there were some crucial moments that stand out. And that's what I want to highlight in this interaction. First, it was because of a mole that Indians had planted in General Yahya Khan, who was then the martial law administrator of Pakistan, his office. This man was, or a woman, we don't know, was planted by India's external intelligence agency, the Research and Analysis Wing, or RAW, or RNAW as I call it, who gave crucial information about how Pakistan was going to attack Indian airfields in the western Indian states of Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and destroy the Indian Air Force on ground itself. That crucial information, which came 2 days before Pakistan launched its attack on 3rd of December, proved to be crucial in a way that India had removed all the fighter aircraft and all the big assets from those airfields, and it turned out to be a futile raid or air attack by Pakistani Air Force. Once that attack took place, India had a legitimate reason to launch a military operation or launch war against Pakistan, which started on 3rd of December, as all of you know by now, I'm sure. That happened, and then by the time Indian forces marched into East Pakistan, well prepared for nearly 7-8 months from March to December of 1971, they came across the obstacles in what was then East Pakistan, huge rivers, and some of those bridges were destroyed. So Indian Army decided to initiate a daring airdrop of paratroopers at a place called Tangale. And at Tangale, the airdrop of the 2nd Para Battalion, which took place in the middle of the war, almost near the end of the war, turned the tide decisively and hastened the end of war, because when India airdropped the 2nd Para Battalion there with the help of course, the Indian Air Force, which played a crucial part in airlifting the paratroopers and dropping them inside East Pakistan, the Pakistanis thought that India's 50 Para Brigade, which means nearly 3 battalions, were airdropped in that zone, and they panicked. Their will to fight just dissipated, and they capitulated much faster than India had expected. Once that happened, General AAK Niazi, Lieutenant General AAK Niazi, who was the chief of Pakistan's Eastern Command that time during the war, immediately sued for peace. He was reluctant to surrender, but he was persuaded in courts by the Indian Army officers, the top army officers who knew each other, and he surrendered, as I said, with 93,000 other officers and jawans of the Pakistani army, who were then treated very respectfully and decently by the Indian army until the Simla Accord was signed in 1973. These are some of the main points, the 5 highlights that you must know, and turning points in many ways in the 1971 operation, which remains the greatest military victory for a country post World War II, given the expanse and the swiftness with which India assured or secured victory over Pakistan at that point in time. I am Nitin Gokhale.